clever. That is so clever. Jimmy Carr joins us now.
Hey,
Good
Jimmy.
to see you on the sofa.
Can't believe my luck on a Friday. Yeah.
I know.
Nice.
It's the best day to come. It's best day.
Especially if you like your chicken 3 ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's eaten.
That last way was.
What more does he want?
There, wasn't it? that belonged in the
Nothing
bin.
wrong with that soup.
No,
Come
it's
on.
nice.
Take
it's
the
nice.
carcass and melt it down.
Natural born killer. Doesn't
Oh,
sound
yeah.
very nice.
Natural Born Killer. It's a good title. The Netflix special. Yeah, it's done well. It's done all right.
Why is it called that? Why did you call it that?
Well, I'm a killer.
Don't say things like that, because it makes me think,
But that's
oh,
the
you really
language
want...
of comedy, isn't it? People either die on stage
it's
or they
killed on
kill.
stage, yeah,
That's it's very
okay,
kind of combative language.
Natural born killer, lovely. Tell us
Do you
about
like
the show.
It's just, I mean, it's just jokes. If you like that kind of thing, you'll like it. It's pretty funny. I'm getting a little bit better. I think as the years go on, it's nice to see a bit of a progression. You can see the early stuff and then now, and I'm kind of trying to do... I've got a really good fastball. I'm really good with one-liners, and I'm trying to do slightly longer bits now. It's really fun. It's fun to kind of grow.
Do you like filming the specials? Is it fun when you know that that night you're going to get the cameras in and... Because you're directing this one.
Yeah, you're kind of... Well, I directed it with my mate Brian Klein, and my friend Amanda Baker sort of directed the live show with me. So, like, there's always, like, it's one person on stage and you get all the praise and all the money. But there's always a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
There's always lots of people kind of backstage making it happen. But, yeah, I kind of directed it a bit this time because I wanted the rhythm of the show to kind of cut with the jokes. I wanted it to kind of make sense.
Did the director, Jimmy Carr, ever have a problem with the comedian, Jimmy Carr?
Oh, yeah, good question.
Yeah, yeah.
And what did he say? What sort of thing?
I have to retake stuff. Well, we had to get... Because there's quite a lot of kind of shots where, like, there's a Steadicam shot, so the camera just kind of goes around you and pans, and it looks fantastic. But it means you've got to retake that joke at the end of the show, and the audience are kind of in on it. But the Steadicam guy was a guy from Strictly. He was amazing. But he's got to kind of walk round you. And I just kept on kind of making eye contact with him. Like halfway going, right, OK, we've got to start that again.
Really?
Don't look at it.
It's such a lack of professionalism.
Oh, man. Do you do the thing that so many comedians do where... Because you're obviously the king of the arenas now and, you know, you sell out tours, but do you go back to the small theatres and just to road test the material?
Well, I play all... I mean, basically, I do all sort of smallish theatres on the tour. I do, like, 2 shows a night.
Yeah.
I do a 7 and a 9:30.
But you know there's really super small ones with just a notepad and stuff. Do you still do that
really.
anymore?
I test new stuff at the end of every show.
Oh, do you?
So the end of every show, I've got, like, a bit of paper with the new gags.
Yeah.
And then you just go, right, we'll try these and see what works.
And I guess by then people are on side, so they kind of...
Yeah, and it's like, it's a good test, because you've done your best stuff, and then you go, is this going to work? Does this fit in?
Yeah.
So
Would you
it's
tell
like
the
trying new
audience?
stuff all the time.
Would you tell the audience?
They notice I've got a bit of paper out, because I'm not learning them until I know they're funny.
OK.
That would be a waste of everyone's time.
Oh, my God, that's so amazing. Obviously, you're going to UK, Ireland, Europe. Do you have to change your material for the different places?
You really don't.
No, you keep it the
You really
same?
don't. It's a kind of an amazing thing with Netflix. It's kind of global now, so it's like, I don't know, I think it was in the top 10 in, like, 28 countries. So it's everywhere. I play 45 countries on the tour.
Wow.
So it's everywhere. And it feels like comedy's kind of bigger than ever. People, as things get more kind of, sort of, I don't know, blinkered on TV, like there's not as much stuff on TV. Live, people want to go out and they want to kind of have that sense of sort of a safe space where you can sort of say anything and just relax, take an hour off from life. People need it.
Do you feel like you can sense that people are sick of this cancel culture vibe when they come to your concerts? And
I don't even think it's a real thing. I mean, I've been cancelled many times. I'm on this morning.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not a real thing. It's like, and there's a big difference between criticism. Some people legitimately think I'm rubbish. And some people just kind of go, well, he must be banned. We can't have him playing theatres anymore. That's a different thing.
Do you remember the first time that happened? Like
First time I got cancelled?
The first time someone said to you, you can't say that kind of thing. And did you then go... Did you ever take a beat and go, let's talk about it? Or did you go, no, I've got to double down because the joke is everything and it means...
It's not... It wasn't doubling down. It's not like being kind of macho about it.
Yeah, I don't mean
but it's that thing of, like, going... The audience tell me what's funny.
Yeah.
I've got my audience, and sometimes when a joke escapes the lab and it goes on Netflix or something and other people see it or a clip goes on Instagram, people go, oh, that's disgraceful. And you go, yeah, it's not for you.
In its isolation.
There's other stuff. You know, there's comedy for everyone. There's so many different types of comedy out there. It's become like a real cultural thing.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be people went to the pub or they went to music, and now people go out to comedy shows. There's something great in your town this evening. There's, you know, the clubs and the arenas and the theatres. There's loads of great comedy, but not everyone's for everyone. You find your audience.
Well, we've got John Cleese coming on in a bit.
I mean,
John says something great, exactly, and he said the thing is, it's all about context. And you know, I know you. You're a lovely guy. We're friends. Yeah. You're ish. Yeah, all right. We know each other. I like you,
But no, carried away.
But like, I know you're not prejudiced, and I know you're a lovely man, right? And you love people, but people would watch some of your comedy, and they'll say, "Well, you can't say that." When you go, "Well, it's in context." But I guess my question to you is, so if a genuinely racist comedian comes on and says something great, can they not own that context? Because you own your own context.
But then there's that thing of like, you go, well, the context is like, what is it a joke or is it a statement? Is it something that someone said or is it a joke? Can you understand what the joke's about? And talking about those things that no one's talking about, that's where comedy lives.
Yeah.
In that gap between public and private discourse. And there's never been a bigger gap on, you know, how people talk on TV and how people talk in the real world.
Yeah.
And so that idea of, like, when you're playing around with that stuff that's dangerous, it's very exciting.
I guess, can people that genuinely mean it hide behind the kind of context argument?
I guess they could, but I mean, I don't really know who. I mean, you need the specific example. I think the context of like it being a comedy show is there's a big difference between going camping and being homeless.
Yeah.
Context is everything.
Yeah.
You know, what's the joke really saying? What's the fun of it?
Yeah.
But I'll joke about everything. I'm like an equal opportunities offender.
And you believe this can be taught in schools? You believe that you can teach being a comedian? I mean, you taught yourself, didn't you?
I mean, I'm working on a thing at the moment. That's kind of a bigger project. So it's not just me as well. It's my friend Amanda Baker and Abby Grant. We're working on a book and then a course.
Yeah.
But, you know, Amanda's been working with me for years, and Abby as well, like just kind of trying to put together this thing, like the language of it. Because music's got a language.
Yeah.
Musicians can talk to each other around the world and they've got, like, a common language. So the idea of putting together, like, a common language of stand-up. And partly it's that thing of, like, I'm doing it for me. Because, you know, I know how to do it, but, like, actually sitting down with Amanda and Abby and trying to go, right, how do we codify jokes and how do we sort of talk about performance? How do we talk about what we do that makes sense to people? It's like telling someone a joke and they laugh, but I think there's lots of people would like to try it.
Yeah, I'd like to be funny.
You are funny. You are funny.
Yeah, but
no one knows why.
Yeah, what is it? What is the reason? What is it?
It's just innate, right?
You've got to tell me.
So how much
there must be a formula.
How much can you teach and how much is innate?
He knows the formula.
I think you could teach an awful lot of it. And I think it's also, it'd be great to teach in schools because what's stand-up about? It's about talking in your authentic voice.
Yeah. Yes.
And the great tragedy of life is a lot of people live and die without ever hearing their own voice.
Sure.
It's much more useful than teaching music, I think. I mean, music's fantastic to learn, right? That non-verbal communication.
Yeah.
But if you learn how to be a comic, you sort of learn how to order your thoughts and who you are as a person, and you get to sort of speak in public. And most jobs involve a little bit of that. Most of life and relationships involves a little bit of that, a little bit of humour. It helps you have home life, helps you be a parent, helps you be a friend, helps you at work. It's good for everything.
Yeah.
And they don't all have to be incredibly brutal jokes like mine.
Oh, mate, it's lovely to see you,
So
Jimmy.
interesting.
Yeah, it's great to chat. Natural Born Killer is out on Netflix and tickets available for Jimmy Carr. Last Funny available now as well. Thanks, Jimmy.
Come see the show. I mean, it's slightly disappointing to be on with John Cleese. Don't bring on funnier comedians than me. You want to be the funniest person on the show and then you bring on John Cleese.
We start off with you and then we go to the legend.
You move up. Yeah, I'm the star, he's the main course. I get it.
You're the chicken soup and he's the roast, you know. It's just,
he's the headliner. No, I get it.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you so much.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.